Welcome to Engineering and New Competition, brought to you by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon in conjunction with Nigerian Society of Engineers. My name is Miriam Usman, and I am your host on the competition today. I am super excited to be here to ensure that we bring you what you've never seen or experienced before, brought to you in a very wonderful way. Introducing the schools represented here at the quiz competition today is FUNAAB International School. And we have VICTOROTTI Private Secondary School. We've got incredible contestants, young minds who are ready to test their knowledge on different questions across mathematics, chemistry, and physics. And also we have our judges who are very much seated to ensure that effectively, such that the presentation of the students are measured by what they know about engineering. And I trust that you are well seated, glued to your screen, because this is about to go down. I will be introducing our contestants as well as our judges after this break. Please stay with me. Engineering and New Quiz Competition, brought to you by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon FNSC in conjunction with Nigerian Society of Engineers. It's time to introduce our contestants as well as our judges. Over the next couple of rounds, our contestants will be tackling challenging questions about mathematics, physics, and chemistry. This is, of course, to test their expertise in these various subjects. And also, we have our judges who will be here to ensure that every contestant are on their toes for this wonderful competition. By my right, we have our first contestant, contestant one. They are representing VICTOROTTI Private Secondary School, Abeokuta. And on my left, I have my second contestant.
Atondalia.
And they are representing FUNAAB International Secondary School. Now it's time to introduce our judges. We have judges from Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Olushino Bamidele and Banki.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the show.
We have our timekeeper, FUNAAB. And we have Olayen. Thank you very much for having me. And that's from the judges table. Without further ado, it is time to kickstart our competition. And our contestants are very much ready. And now, without further ado, round one is a moment away. Contestants, are you ready for the first round?
Yes,
All right, the rules are very simple. You have options 1 to 100 to pick your desired question. And then you have 5 marks for each question answered correctly. You have 30 seconds to answer your questions correctly. And the bonus mark carries 2 marks. Now, having said that, contestant number 1, please pick your question from the mathematics subject in 1 to 100. All right, contestant number 1, your question 2 says, a cone has a base radius 4 centimeters and height 3 centimeters. The area of its curved surface is option A, 12 pi centimeters square, 24 pi centimeters square, C, 20 centimeters square, D, 15 centimeters square. Your time starts now. Final answer? Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 1 on the very first question. I'm afraid, but not really afraid, got their question very correct. All right, we now move to contestant number 2. Please pick your question from 1 to 100.
Question 1.
Question 1. How many ways can the letters of the word geology be arranged? Option A, 720. Option B, 1,260. Option C, 2,520. Option D, 5,040. Your time starts now.
1,260.
Final answer?
Yes, ma'am.
You still have your time ticking. Final answer. Your time is up. I'm afraid that answer was not correct. Bonus question 2, contestant number 1. 1,260, option B, I'm afraid is not correct. The answer to that question is A, 720 ways. Both contestants did not answer that correctly. All right, we now move to the next question. Please pick your question. Contestant number 1. Question 5. The interior angles of the pentagon are 180 degree, 118 degree, 80 degree, 70 degree, and X. Find X. Option A, 75. Option B, 108. Option C, 120. Option D, 84. Your time starts now. Time is still ticking. Option A, 75. Option B, 108. Option C, 120. Option D, 84. And that's your bell. The time's up. Bonus question to contestant number 2.
Option D, 84.
Option D, 84 is very, very correct. Contestant number 2 have that as a bonus point. Please pick your question. Contestant number 2. This will be your second question.
Number 7.
Number 7 goes thus. If Ade deserves twice as many marks as Bayo, and Bayo deserves half as many marks as Tunde, how many marks does Bayo receive when their total mark is 225? Option A, 45. Option B, 90. Option C, 135. And option D, 75.
Okay, question.
If Ade deserves twice as many marks as Bayo, and Bayo deserves half as many marks as Tunde, how many marks does Bayo receive when their total mark is 225? Option A, 45. Option B, 90. Option C, 135. And option D, 75. Your clock has started ticking a while ago. 225.
90.
What option is that? Option A, 45, your time has elapsed, and you said 90. 90 is option B. I'm afraid that answer was not correct. Bonus question to contestant number 1.
75.
75 is option D. I'm afraid that answer is not correct. The answer to that question is 45, option A. Question 10. Express the product of 0.06 and 0.09 in standard form. Express the product of 0.06 and 0.09 in standard form. Option A, 5.4 times 10 raised to the power minus 3. 5.4 times 10 raised to the power minus 2. Option C, 5.4 times 10 raised to the power minus 1. And option D, 5.4 times 10 raised to the power 2. Your time started a while ago. 5.4 times 10 minus 5.4 times 10 raised to the power minus 3 is correct. All right, wonderful one. You now have the option to pick from 1 to 100 for your third question.
Number 6.
Number 6. 2 fair dice are rolled. What is the probability that both show up same number? Option A, 1 over 36. Option B, 3 over 36. Option C, 1 over 6. And option D, 1 over 3. This time starts now. 2 fair dice are rolled. What is the probability that both showed up same number? Option 1, option A, 1 over 36. Option B, 3 over 36. Option C, 1 over 6. Option D, 1 over 3. Option C, I'm afraid, is very, very correct. And that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the first round, where we have each contestant answer 5 questions each from the mathematical question. That makes it 10 questions of the first round. While we go again for the second round, where we have chemistry, ready for the students to take their questions. All right, we are currently on the chemistry segment, where the students are expected to pick their desired questions from chemistry chemistry subjects. And the school from FUNAAB International Secondary School would take the lead in picking the questions. Question 2 from chemistry. An acid present in protein, I beg your pardon, is called A, lactic acid, B, amino acid, C, propionic acid, D, stearic acid. An acid present in protein is called lactic acid, amino acid, propionic acid, and stearic acid. Amino acid, ladies and gentlemen, is correct. At VICTOROTTI Private School, question 18 goes thus. The metal extracted from calcitrides is called option A, calcium, option B, copper, option C, tin, option D, sodium. Option C, tin. I'm afraid that answer is very, very correct. We now move to the second contestant to pick their question. Contestant number 2.
Question 26.
Question 26 coming right up. Which of the following process is physical? Electrolysis, option A. Option B, hydrolysis. Option C, autotropic change. And D, neutralization.
Allotropic.
Autotropical change.
Allotropic change.
Is that your final answer? Option C, final answer. If that's your final answer, please speak louder. Option C is very, very correct. You now have the opportunity to pick your second question. Question 29 as the second question for contestant number 1. Which of the following separation is routinely applied in petroleum industry? Option A, we have filtration. Option B, chromatography. Option C, evaporation. Option D, fractional distillation. Fractional distillation, ladies and gentlemen, is very correct. Question 30. Starch undergoes complete hydrolysis to produce A, maltose, B, lactose, C, fructose, D, glucose. What is option D? I'm afraid option D is very, very, very correct. All right, You have the opportunity to pick your third question, contestant number 1.
Question 35.
Question 35. Tetraoxosulfate 4 acid is described as a strong acid because it is highly, option A, corrosive, option B, concentrated, option C, reactive, option D, ionized in water.
Option D.
Final answer? You still have time to check your answer correctly. Option A, corrosive, option B, concentrated, option C, reactive, option D, ionized in water. All right, the answer to that question, ionized in water, is very correct. Final question each for this segment where we have chemistry subject questions.
Question 57.
Question 57 coming up shortly. The greenhouse effect is a climatic condition associated with the presence of excess A, carbon dioxide, B, hydrogen sulfide, C, nitrogen 2 oxide, and D, ammonia gas. You have more time to pick your answer. Is that your final answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm afraid your time is up. Well, I did ask you if that was your final answer, and you said yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the answer to that question is carbon dioxide, option A. Makes them very correct. All right, that concludes the chemistry subject where participants answered 5 questions each. We're still on a journey to determine who the engineering genius is on the program today. Don't forget, these participants are representatives from FUNAAB International Secondary School and VICTOROTTI Private Secondary School, Abeokuta. So how are we doing, guys? If you know you are doing fine, shake your body, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. If you are not shaking, you are not going to the next round. Hello? If you're not shaking, you're not going to the next round. Good. Listen up. We're having fun as well as education in the process. All right, we're all set to get to the final round of this competition. Don't forget, we have answered 5 questions each across 2 subjects so far, from mathematics and chemistry. And now we are answering questions from physics as a subject. It's going to be more interesting than you have ever imagined.
Question 9.
Question 9. 2 forces, 12 Newton and 16 Newton, inclined at an angle alpha, have a resultant which is parallel to the 16th Newton force. The value of cos alpha is option A, 1, option B, 3 over 4, option C, 1 over 2, option D, 0. That's your time up. 3 over 4. I'll take that as your final answer because your time is up. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 1 got their very first answer wrong. Bonus question. 0, option D, is also very wrong. The answer to that question is option A, which is 1. Cos alpha is 1. All right, we now move to contestant number 2 to pick that question. Question 6. Question 6 goes thus. 2 perpendicular forces have a resultant of 13 Newton. If one of the forces is 5 Newton, the other forces is option A, 8 Newton, option B, 9 Newton, option C, 12 Newton, option D, 18 Newton. Your time starts now. Option C, 12 Newton, ladies and gentlemen, I am afraid is very, very correct. second contestant got their very first question correct. All right.
Question 4.
Question 4. Question 4 goes thus. The watt is equivalent to Newton meter per second square. Option B, joule per second square. Option C, kilogram meter per second square. Option D,
Joule per second square. Joule per second.
joule per seconds. That's your final answer? Yes, your time is actually up. But I'm going to say that the answer to that question which you provided is very, very wrong. The answer is option A. Question 7. A micrometer screw gauge can be used to the internal diameter